Good morning. A local photographer is helping people connect with their loved ones and pets. All about the services she offers.
A local bookstore is beginning a new chapter in Muncie. What changes they're making.
Plus, Disney has some new sequels on the way. We'll tell you about those movies and what you can expect. So get the coffee ready and open those eyes. You're waking up with Cardinal weather.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with Cardinal weather, live from the Ball State Weather Center.
Good Friday morning to you. You're waking up with Cardinal weather. I'm Libby Klingmeyer.
And I'm Anna Drake.
A unique type of photography is clicking into Delaware County. Newslink Indiana's Tara Konishny has the story.
Kind of blossomed into what it is now.
In the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Ashley started up her photography business, AN Photography. She photographs rodeos, families, and all kinds of animals.
Taking pictures of animals and the whole rodeo thing is just, it just kind of happened.
The hardest parts of her photography career so far has been doing end-of-life photography. She started offering this service for free after her father-in-law passed away, and she brought her camera to the funeral.
A lot of times the hard situations is the only time a lot of extended families are together, so I just started branching out and people started reaching out.
Does this niche type of photography not only for animals but humans as well. She cannot share many of the sessions she does, but one session she has shared resonated with her. Dog PJ and his mom Megan.
It was a moving thing because just to see how much love a person can have in their heart for a dog or just an animal in general, it's a blessing to be able to see that in people.
Ashley says she can never put a price on these photos and hopes to grow the service in the future.
You know, in these situations, you're already financially wrapped up, being vet bills, medical bills. What my little bit of time is going to give you some sort of emotional security knowing that you have that, and there's no price that I can put on that.
In Muncie, Tara Konishny, Newslink, Indiana.
And if you'd like to contact AN Photography, you can visit her Facebook page at AN Photo Co. Now, weather's been a little weird lately. Eric, what can you tell us?
Yeah, it's definitely been quite a wacky week of the weather. Temperatures right now are quite cold as compared to this time yesterday. And you're wondering how cold it's been? Well, the temperature difference shows as temperatures are as much as 25 degrees difference compared to this time yesterday. Temperatures were in the 60s yesterday, but look at what it is now. The difference: 25 degrees difference here in Annapolis, 25 degrees difference here in Muncie, 22 degrees difference down here in Shelbyville. This indicates how far we've changed in the last 24 hours. And coming up, we're talking about searching for more colder temperatures continue for the next couple days, but a sunny weekend's ahead for us as well for Super Bowl weekend. And also looking at the potential for some mild temperatures to return for the week next week, with temperatures going to the 50s, maybe hitting the 60s a couple of times, and made the potential for some record warmth also as well as heading to the following week. All this coming up in my full weather forecast.
Thank you, Eric. A bookstore is beginning a new chapter in Muncie.
Newslink Indiana's Olivia Sloniker met with owner Keely Malone to learn more about his new independent business.
Downtown Muncie is about to say hello to a new business.
Owning a bookstore in general started out as a dream of mine since I was like 5 years old.
Ink Drinkers Anonymous, which began in June of 2022, is the newest addition to this complex, located on East Charles Street in downtown Muncie. The goal is to bring something new and different to the community. Malone strives to keep an inventory of literature from a variety of authors.
So I kind of evaluated the bookstores that we have here in Muncie and was like, what can I bring that we don't necessarily have in our bookstores here? And that was diversity.
Something else that sets Ink Drinkers Anonymous apart from the rest is their blind date deal. Customers can order a book based on genre, giving them the opportunity to be surprised by a new piece of literature.
It takes the complication, I guess, out of, looking for a book. You get, minimal details, and if it piques your interest, then grab it.
Malone has been working hard to remodel and prepare for the grand opening of her shop. The support she has seen so far has been overwhelming.
So far, they have been very open and very helpful in not only supporting me, but getting the word out about the bookstore and getting involved in, helping to get everything together.
The rest of the complex is prepared to embrace her.
Well, I love books, so I imagine I'll be spending a lot of time over in the bookstore.
Malone is working towards more representation and unity in literature, and she's confident that Ink Drinkers Anonymous is bound to be the newest hotspot for all things books. In Muncie, Olivia Sloniker, Newslink, Indiana.
Now, their grand opening is March 17th.
And you can get updates on Ink Drinkers Anonymous Facebook page.
Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty excited about this. Disney is not done with its movies Frozen or Toy Story, two of my probably top favorites. Disney CEO Bob Iger said on Wednesday that there are plans in the works for more sequels to both hit franchises. The first movie, Frozen movie, premiered in 2013 with a massive box office success and was followed up with Frozen 2 in 2019. The sequel grossed more than $1.4 billion worldwide at the box office. And the first Toy Story movie debuted in 1995 and was instantly a classic. The newly announced sequel will follow Toy Story 4, which premiered in theaters also in 2019. Toy Story 4 continued the franchise's box office success by earning glowing reviews and grossing more than $1 billion.
In other Disney news, the Indiana Jones movies are known for injecting humor into their intense action sequences, but Indy himself says there's one joke you won't hear in the newest film. In a new interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Harrison Ford says there won't be any punchlines about his age. That might be an obvious gag since the mischievous archaeologist is now 80 years old, but Ford said it's more fun to create behaviors that make fun of his advanced age rather than to talk about it. He indicated that the original script was loaded with wisecracks about his age, but they were removed. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is set to hit theaters June 30th. Ford has said this marks the last time he's going to portray Indiana Jones on film.
And just ahead, we have a look at weather across the country.
That's after your weather now.
Welcome back. The current time is 8:08 and you're taking a live look outside at the Foundational Science Building. Now, like we said earlier, the weather yesterday was a little windy, warm, and cold.
Yeah, a little bit up and down, you know?
Yeah, it was very...
Right in the middle.
Right, but
Yeah.
that was here in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So, Oliver, let's look at nationally. What is it? Is it doing the same things that we're doing here, or what is it?
Well, we are seeing some cooler temperatures around the nation, but again, here in Muncie, we are sitting at 36 degrees in the single digits up there in Minneapolis, 56 degrees in Los Angeles. Definitely a little bit nicer. Definitely those temperatures that we were seeing a little bit earlier yesterday. Today's high is not going to be too much warmer here at 41 degrees in Cincinnati, 70 degrees in Los Angeles, 50 degrees up there in New York. So most of the country is definitely sitting in this large blue area. I mean, Minneapolis not even going to get out of the 20s today. Tomorrow, though, again, getting a little bit warmer throughout the area. See this green moving up into the lower Midwest. So definitely going to start seeing some warmer temperatures, especially here in Muncie as we move through the weekends. Now looking at the national radar, not too many systems moving through. A little bit coming in the eastern side of Texas. A little bit of a winter storm up there in the top of Maryland as well. And again, and through the deep south, we got a little bit of a system moving through, but again, not too much here in Indiana. Now, looking at the only watches and warnings nationally at the moment, we do have a wind advisory on the eastern side of New York here in that tan. That extends into Connecticut as well as Vermont. And up here in that tip of Maine, we have a winter weather warning and a winter weather advisory. Winter weather warning in that pink and the winter weather advisory in that purple. And those are just about the only types of watches and warnings that we do have for today. So the rest of the nation looking pretty calm as well. So again, you know, we're seeing those cooler temperatures, seeing some warmer temperatures make their way over into the rest of the nation. But hey, you know, that's weather, baby.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, thanks, Oliver. And a new study suggests moon dust could help us slow climate change on Earth. Researchers looked at how fast a cloud of dust floating between Earth and the sun could be used as a shield to block some of the sun's solar radiation. It's that radiation that is steadily increasing our planet's temperature. At first, the scientists thought of using dust from the Earth, but they say that would be expensive and difficult. Instead, they turned to using moon dust, which they believe would be just as cheaper and effective. In fact, the scientists say properties of dust from the lunar surface could provide a perfect sun shield for Earth. They note that the shield's overall effectiveness would depend on its ability to stay in orbit that can provide continuous shade over our planet.
Alrighty, and that's pretty interesting.
That's a really interesting topic. Really
Yeah.
exciting for scientists across the board there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And now tossing it back over to weather, but this time locally, we saw it's kind of quiet throughout the country. Eric, what's it looking like in Indiana? Is it gonna be quiet for the rest of the week? What are we seeing?
Well, luckily that looks like to be the case for this weekend. Although compared to yesterday, we had that big system rolling through, bringing some rain, wind, and also some warmer temperatures. But right now it's quite calm. We're back to our normal winter weather. Looking right now, we do have a couple flurries in our area right now, but other than that, looking like quiet weather for our neck of the woods. Some cloudy skies over our area right now. Looking towards the light view, again, not much to talk about. Looking at some quiet weather for much of the area. Some flurries up here in portions of Michigan, and then some rains down here in North Carolina. But other than that, looking like gorgeous weather up here in our neck of the woods. Temperatures right now, though, are pretty cold outside right now. Temperatures around 35 degrees here in Annapolis, 36 degrees here in Muncie, and 37 degrees down here in Bloomington. So nowhere near as warm as what we saw last night, well, yesterday with those temperatures in the 60s. And as you head through the day today, we're expecting those temperatures to remain in the 30s for the rest of the day today. And then we do that cloud coverage, it'll be lingering around through the rest of the day today. Temperatures will slowly warming up to around a high of 40 degrees. Better than that, not looking like much for every day today. Looking at a normal average, typical winter day for a day here in Muncie. But even as heading into tonight, we're expecting the temperature to drop down to a low of 25 degrees. Temperatures will be pretty cloudy tonight, quite cold. Winds won't be anywhere as gusty as they were last night, but still noticeable at times. So definitely, if you're going to be heading out tonight, make sure you do bundle up and stay warm out there because it will be quite cold. But looking at your weekend, looking at a gorgeous weekend ahead for you, looking at lots of sunshine for your Saturday, winds will be calm. Sunday, look like a gorgeous day for Super Bowl Sunday, temperature around 50 degrees for your high. Looking at some awesome weather for that day. If you're going to be heading out for Super Bowl plans, definitely a great day to go out and enjoy that awesome weather because it'll be quite great to watch that game with the Chiefs and versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And looking further down the road, looking at warmer than average temperatures continue well into next week as well. We can notice here the oranges and reds that will be staying above average through the week next week. Although this does mean that we'll see more of those rain chances as well. As unfortunately, looking to the week next week, looking at more rain chances for our neck of the woods, especially in portions of more like Michigan and Wisconsin. But even for us, we're still going to see lots of rain going to the following week. And looking at your 7-day for you, looking at consistent pattern of temperatures. Nowhere near that what we would see for this time of year in winter. Temperatures are only around 40 degrees for Friday and Saturday, and then seeing temperatures around 50 degrees for Sunday. And for your Valentine's Day, it's good temperatures around 53 degrees, looking quite wet for that day, and then seeing a season warmer weather for Wednesday, and then seeing showers and storms for right back for Thursday.
And thank you, Eric. Now, the HBO show The Last of Us has quickly gained popularity. The fictional show features zombies and fungal parasites. But in real life, that fungi that inspired the story doesn't cause problems for people, only insects.
However, experts say that the threat from fungal pathogens is increasing around the world. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on the ones that could pose the greater risk.
It's a fictional show that's focused on fungus. To be clear, the parasite created in The Last of Us isn't real.
Where they got the idea was the idea of this fungus known as Cordyceps actually inducing sort of a change in ants.
Experts say the threat from fungal pathogens is rising across the globe. Of the around 4 million fungal species, 19 were deemed to be the greatest threat to public health last year by the World Health Organization. 4 of them critical. First is Cryptococcus neoformans, a pathogenic yeast that lives in soil. People can inhale it, but most don't get sick. In most cases, it only affects those with a suppressed immune system. Next, Candida auris is a yeast that can linger on surfaces and medical equipment. It can spread quickly from one person to another and has caused a growing number of hospital outbreaks around the world. Third, Aspergillus fumigatus, a mold that can be found just about everywhere and may cause pulmonary disease in people with weakened immune systems and could also cause allergic reactions or lung infections that might become serious and move to other organs. Finally, Candida albicans. It lives in the mouth, intestines, and skin. Bacteria in your body helps keep it in check, but if the system's off balance, the yeast can overgrow and turn into an infection, rash, or another condition that can become severe. There are no vaccines to protect against these fungal infections, so experts say one of the best defenses is to keep your immune system strong. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, experts say millions of fungi are actually good. They break down wood and can be used in food and in human medicine.
People who are most at risk of a serious fungal infection are those with underlying conditions like HIV, cancer, or diabetes, and those with compromised immune systems because of their age, a disease, or medicines they take.
Well, in just a moment, we'll learn who Ball State students are rooting for this Super Bowl Sunday.
Plus, we'll give you a look at our favorite game day snacks.
Welcome back. The current time is 8:18 and we're still looking live outside at the Foundational Science Building. And the weather looks great, and hopefully it will this weekend for Super Bowl Sunday, and it's upon us. People across the country are getting ready for the big game.
Newslink Indiana's Zach Greer spoke to students to see who they think will win.
What's going on, guys? It's Zach Greer here, and with Super Bowl 57 just a couple of days away, it's time to figure out what the Ball State community and who they think is going to win the Super Bowl. All right, so I'm here with
Elvin.
All right, Elvin, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend? We've got the Chiefs and we've got the Eagles.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
I'm here with
Peyton.
Peyton. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend?
I don't think, and it's going to be the Eagles.
So I'm here with
Nathan.
Nathan, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend?
I don't like either team, but I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Eagles? Why is the Eagles?
Jalen Hurts.
Good answer. Today I'm here with
Darren.
Darren, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend?
Give me the Eagles.
Why the Eagles?
Honestly, I don't know. I just like the Eagles. They have the most complete team, in my opinion.
I'm standing here next to him.
Josie Santiago.
Jack Hager.
All right, who do you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend? We'll start with Josie.
I think the Eagles because I like birds.
Okay.
I think the Eagles. I've always been a hard fan, so.
Yep. Now, right now I'm sitting next to
Amber Peets.
Amber, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend?
I got the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to get a ring.
Okay, awesome. You can see here, there's a lot of stuff going on behind me. We just got to know who's winning the Super Bowl. And buildings are falling behind us. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles?
I think the Eagles got it for sure.
Awesome. Again, Super Bowl 57. It's very monumental, very important. Chiefs, Eagles, who we got?
I'm going to have to agree with my sister and say the Eagles.
You know, everyone says that. Two opinions here today. Pedestrians, who do we have winning the Super Bowl? Man, all these people have just great answers today. I'm standing here with, today,
Alex Bracken.
Alex, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend between the Chiefs and the Eagles?
Well, I thought the Bengals were in it, but now I'm going to say the Chiefs.
Nice. Yes, let's go. So this is what the people really want to hear. Charlie Cardinal, Super Bowl 57. Who we got? See, I thought that, but yeah, no, I agree with you. That was a good answer. So, I'm here with
Elise.
Elise, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend?
I'm going to go with the Eagles because I don't like the Chiefs.
All right, so I'm here with
Sam Morris.
Sam, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend?
I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Why is that?
I think they just have a really good offense and a fairly stable defense that I think Philadelphia is going to have trouble with.
I'm here with
Rachel Henderson.
and
Giovanni Alcantar.
all right, guys, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this weekend? I'll start with Rachel.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles. Why?
Because Patrick Mahomes got hurt in the last game, and I feel like we have a real opportunity now for this.
All right, Giovanni.
Well, I'm going Chiefs because I just can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. He's obviously the best quarterback in the league. He's going to probably be the MVP. I think he'll be Super Bowl MVP as well. I think he's going to have a huge game.
All right, so what did we learn here in this little social experiment? We learned that it's a couple of things. One, a lot of people like the Eagles in this game. I'm not really sure why. Maybe Jalen Hurts, maybe their run game. Not really sure. But what we do know is that this Sunday is going to be an amazing Super Bowl. So stay tuned to Super Bowl 57 to figure out who's going to win the Super Bowl. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Zach. And along with the game, a big part of Super Bowl Sunday is obviously the snacks we have here in front of us.
And we're here with weather forecaster Oliver Moster, who is back with us to talk about our favorite game day chips and dip combinations.
Well, hey guys, we took a poll earlier this week on our Instagram page to see which dips people prefer this game day weekend. Our winner was queso. But we have some other fan favorites here, along with my personal favorite to share with you today. Now, something that I see, sadly do not see on this table, and we got to get it out of the way, because I think that this one should have actually won the poll. Buffalo chicken dip.
100%. And
yes.
Homemade. It has to
Homemade.
be homemade. every
Crock
time.
pot.
Crock pot. See, that's why
Crock-pot.
we couldn't bring it, because we had a crock pot and it wouldn't really fit on the desk.
It would have been a whole thing.
Been a whole thing. But I love it.
Well, I thought we were all bringing our own from home.
I did. I made this salsa homemade from Walmart.
Well, I made this skyline dip homemade as well.
Well, I didn't make anything, but
It's okay.
I'm just here and eating their food for support.
So this is skyline dip. You don't like chili.
No.
No.
Nope.
But this is
Nope.
Cincinnati style chili, all right? It's different from all of these other chilies that we got out there across the nation. The biggest difference with this one is, if we're being completely honest, is a little bit more of a soup. It's a little bit more of a soup that's meat-based, and it's got a little bit of cinnamon in it as well. So to
Cinnamon?
make, yeah, cinnamon. That's one of the key ingredients. You know, something I always
Oof.
like to say is,
Sorry.
if you taste something good, it's probably cinnamon. But in this dip, that again, homemade, very easy to make, takes about 2 minutes in the microwave. You got a cream cheese base. You got 1 can of Skyline chili, not Gold Star. Gold Star stinks.
All right.
You can quote me on that. And then sprinkled on top cheddar cheese. I really wish you guys could see what's happening on top
you
here.
don't. Now, he just went right into that, all about
Sorry.
Skyline Chili.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, I'm glad you're very passionate about it.
I'm very excited.
I mean, I love queso
Yeah.
and salsa. We have that here today.
The
And we've been
classics.
snacking on it during the
breaks.
The breaks, yeah. But Anna, you were in the video
Yes.
with Zach.
Yeah. So I thought the Eagles were going to win, but I think the real winner here is Rihanna. I don't know about you, Libby, but
Yeah, so since you have the Eagles, I got the Chiefs because last night, Patrick Mahomes won MVP for the second.
Excuse me.
All right. All right. Well, we're just eating over here. So Patrick Mahomes won MVP for the second time last night, and they just have a great team. And okay, Oliver. All right. Well, we got to wrap it up here. We're telling a wrap, but I would love to stay here and talk about Disney football, but we just can't. So up next, what you need to know while you're preparing for Valentine's Day.
that's after your weather now.
From the heart of Ball State to the heart of your community, NewsLink Indiana brings you local and state news you care about. We pride ourselves with giving you the most reliable news coverage, stories that affect you, linking you to the community each night on air and online. NewsLink Indiana, bringing news to the heart of your community.
Welcome back. We were just talking about how much we love the dips. But moving on to other news, the Postal Service is issuing a new forever stamp featuring author Toni Morrison. The stamp features a photo of Morrison that was taken in 2000. She gained fame with her 1970 novel, The Bluest Eyes. She became the first Robert F. Gonnier Professor in the Humanities at Princeton University in 1989, and in 1993, she became the first African-American woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature. Morrison died in 2019. The Toni Morrison Forever Stamp goes on sale March 7th.
Chick-fil-A is stepping outside the coop and into the garden. The popular chain is testing out a new chicken sandwich that doesn't even have any chicken. Starting Monday, people will be able to buy the first ever Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich for a limited time. However, vegans beware, this sandwich is not vegan because it is made with milk and eggs.
And Valentine's Day is in a few days, and local businesses are already preparing. Dandelions is a local floral gift shop located right in downtown Muncie.
NewsLink Indiana's Avery Johnson tells us more.
Prep work for this shop begins weeks in advance with a clear direction of how a large estimated surge of orders will be handled in the upcoming weeks.
We started getting in, basically our hard goods first, all of our vases, containers, things like that. So my staff starts weeks in advance starting to tape and getting ready to actually put the flowers into the containers.
Their 5 decades of experience has inspired them to be a bit non-traditional when it comes to the holiday. Instead of filling their shops with the typical red roses, they take pride in providing exotic flower bouquet options to their customers.
We don't tend to push the traditional roses. Our shop sells a lot of Holland flowers, exotics. So we do everything from those tulips, anemones, ranunculus, to orchids, tropical proteas, birds of paradise. So you can always get those really unusual things at our shop.
And Valentine's Day, like we said, is in a few days, and while those flowers look so pretty, Valentine's Day is not the cheapest holiday so far. According to a survey from the National Retail Federation, Americans plan to spend nearly $26 billion this year on Valentine's Day. The increase is mostly due to people buying gifts not only for their significant others, but pets, friends, and coworkers as well.
Well, speaking of Valentine's Day and pets, this Valentine's Day package from Fancy Feast is sold out. The Cuddle Collection has a snuggling sweater with ears on the hood. It also has fuzzy socks, heart-shaped toys, and a wine glass, and of course, Fancy Feast cat food with the price of about $62. No word on whether or not they will restock.
Yeah, and looking at lots of sunshine for your weekend. looking at great weather for Super Bowl weekend. Definitely go out and enjoy that weather. Looking at beautiful weather, even going to next week. Spring-like weather going to, with temperatures up to 65 degrees by Wednesday of next week, and then storms returning by Thursday of next week.
Yeah, so it looks like a great first half of the week. Super Bowl Sunday, Valentine's Day. It gets a little gloomy. It's a little gloomy, but that's okay. That's all right. So that's all for Cardinal Weather this Friday morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you next Friday. Have a great rest of your day and a fantastic weekend.